Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bub and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome on to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by Vasey Engineering and Supplies Limited, also TWS Technical Welding Services on a very hot Wednesday evening. Kinser and Books back on the show through to around when we wrap it up. How you going, my friend? How are you suffering in the weather?
Yeah, well, I've got the fan going here beside me, but all it's doing is blowing hot, circulating hot air. It's not really doing much. Yeah, she's a hot one in the Hawke's Bay today, but I hear it was hot around everywhere. Like Christchurch was hot too, apparently, and a bit of a heat wave coming through the system. So that's good, though. It'll be good for the Speedway, hopefully. Not too hot, though, because otherwise the track dries out too much, and, yeah, we don't want that. But, mate, yeah, I'm doing well. Excited. There was some just great racing all weekend on the around the Speedways, wasn't there, around the country. I watched a bit of the Black Baldy on the weekend, and it was exciting. And from what I've seen of some videos of the Huntley, it was another good crowd, another good race meeting, and Palmy looked like some excited racing. It just everywhere looked like it was just good Speedway weekend.
I remember the comment we made a little while back, maybe even 2 months ago. We did wonder how it would actually roll out this year, especially with the current situation of the financial side of things. But to the credit of so many, they've turned up here, there, everywhere, filled up the tracks, which is good to see because all the tracks need that bit of help. And obviously, you know, during the off-season, every little bit of finance, and if you can get your backside trackside, it means so much to all the tracks up and down the country. But it was a huge weekend of Speedway, and you're talking earlier on around the temperatures. It's not that often you see the lower of the South Island hitting that 28, 29. I was watching the breakfast show this morning, and talking of that, we'll give you a bit of news on that tomorrow. Make sure you're watching TV1 Breakfast at 8 o'clock, but we'll tell you more about that. But like you say, Books, it was a huge weekend of Speedway.
It was, mate, and it's just good to see, and it's good to see people getting their backside trackside and enjoying it, because that's what makes it, at the end of the day, families and just aunts, uncles, dads, mums, everything, just everyone going and just sitting there and enjoying it, and it's just awesome. I just love seeing it. When I see those crowd shots, I see everybody there enjoying themselves, I think, awesome, and I think, oh, you lucky bastards, you know, I'm stuck at home, you know, so it's in two minds, but anyway, we've got a big show tonight, mate. Big show. We've got a new segment tonight, which is going to be a weekly thing if we can get it, which is the Pits TV. Jason Pits TV has supplied us with a highlights reel, which is exclusive to us each week from him. So we've got a highlights reel to play shortly, which goes for about 5-10 minutes of the weekend, Saturdays nights racing at the Glen, where we had, we've got our three top podium getters on tonight with Chris, Mark and Craig, and also congratulations to Harley Robb, who did well in the stock cars. But the South Island, mate, they seem to put on the show when it comes to streets, to everything. Even the street stocks are mad down there, you know. So we've got that tonight. Then we'll have the Only Ammz Awards of Excellence, Pokeno Auto Centre, I think it is.
Yep.
Only Ammz Awards of Excellence coming on, talked about that with an update. Then we've got Luke and Todd from the Busters to come on and talk to us, and then we'll have the three podium getters from the Black Baldy 30, which is its first annual, apparently, so I think they can do it again. So we won't waste any time, Kins. I think what we'll do is we'll get straight into this highlights reel and let some people watch it. You won't see it because it's unless you got your Facebook going, because I'm doing it at my end. So people enjoy this highlights reel. We'll be back shortly. Well, there you go, everybody. How was that? That was a bit of a highlights reel. Thank you to the Pits TV, Jace, the Pits TV, for supplying that of the weekend of the of Saturday night's Black Baldy 30, and plus I think that was the Christchurch Stock Car Champs. It might have been their Stock Car Champ. I'm not sure, Kins, to be honest. Someone could probably confirm that for me. I should have paid more attention, I suppose. But I hope you guys enjoyed that and girls enjoyed that. But yeah, let's. I think for future we're probably going to play that at the end of the show, our highlights reels like that. So, what do you reckon, Kins?
Yeah, loved it, mate. Always good to see, especially if you can't get to watch and see some of it. You get to see the highlights. So Jason, the team at the pits always do a wonderful job on the live stream, and we appreciate that little 7-minute video clip of the highlights if you missed out. But we better roll on to the show because it's 8:15. We better get the latest update on the Only Ammz Speedway Awards of Excellence.
That's it. Yeah, and it was the Canterbury Stock Car Champs Jason's just put up there, so that's good. Awesome. Let's bring our young Ammz in. There he is.
Hey, boys. How are we?
Yeah, we're good, mate. How are you down in the south? Can you confirm it's pretty hot down there? I see the temperatures are on the rise.
Yeah, can I assure you it was hot today, boys? I'd prefer to say it was Hangy Stones hot, but yeah, she was a scorcher today, boys. But I mean, what more can we say? That highlights package we just watched, courtesy of Jason, the team at the Pits Media TV, and the action in there looked Hangy Stones hot as well. So yeah, combined with that and the action that you and I both saw at the Huntley the Pollock Crane Superstock Teams Invitation at Huntley on the weekend, looked like there was quite a bit of action New Zealand wide. So, yeah, boys, another weekend of racing or competition has come and gone, and that's as a consequence that's seen us arrive at week 5 of the Pokeno Auto Centre Speedway Awards of Excellence, and I'll get Kins to kick us off with the Alan Wakeling medalist for sprint cars when he does manage to bring up the image. And there we have it, race fans, and we have a new leader at the top of the point sheets for the meantime, Josh Buchanan, doing good things there, the Cromwell driver. A solid showing at Invercargill on the weekend for the Stag Cup, eventually won by Joel Myers Jr. So, as we know, the Americans are coming countryside for a couple of runs at Cromwell and Ruapuna over the coming weeks. Daniel Thomas there promoted to second, Rodney Wood up to third there, and gee, boys, he does a great job of the Baypark track, doesn't he? Keaton Darn there as well, Jacob McIntyre, Jonathan Allard, the first of our Americans, Zach Sokol from second to 7 there at 100 miles per hour. No doubt we'll see him try to get back to the top. Ryan O'Connor, Ayrton Hodson, and Adam Evans rounding out the top 10 for the Alan Wakeling medalist for sprint car racing excellence. Moving on now to the Tony Cardwell Award for the Super Saloon sections, and as we had alluded to with the highlights package you just watched of the Black Baldy 30 event at Woodford Glen, as a consequence of that, we have a new leader at the top again, Chris Cowling taking the lead there after winning that event. Grant Flynn still in touch there, doing it for the Torsion Bars there, taking the fight to the 4-bar boys there. In second place, Craig Cardwell. Up to third, last year's Tony Cardwell medalist winner, Brendan Chardon, who's been quite the surprise package as well there. Up to fourth, Jeremy Brown. Geez, Crawford, wow. He's doing wonderful things, man, isn't he? Books, I'm sure you'll agree on that, being the Miani driver that he is. Steve Flynn still there in touch as well, and we have our new entrants to the top 10, Ashton Osborne, Joe Ingram, and Mark Osborne, your current New Zealand champion, the top 10 for the Tony Cardwell medalist for Super Saloons. Moving on now to the Peter Rees medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence. And we will carry on the chain of events there. When Kins does bring up that picture, we do have a new leader at the top as well, Josh Mulcahy, the Palmerston North driver there, doing good things there out of Palmy to take the lead on 42 points. Daniel Burmeister still in touch there in second. Clinton Cheatham still making sure the cowbells are ringing loud there in Mululand. Rebecca Barr up to fourth there. I must apologise to old Bixie. Didn't quite include her in the points of last week, but she did make sure, boys. She did make sure to message me last Monday saying, hey, open to my points from last week, and I can assure you all had been rectified.
One job, eh?
One job, boys, one job. But I did assure her I'll rectify that, and we did. So there we go. Sexy Bixie, you're included back in the top 10. Caleb Ireland, your current New Zealand champion there on 33. Brittany Carpenter also doing it there for the ladies, as well as Asher Penn, Hayden Barker, the old man Barks there, the experienced driver there out of Stratford, Asher Rees and Sam Wright rounding out the top 10 for the Peterese medalists for stock car racing excellence. Moving on now to the Roger Bertram medalist for modifieds, brought to you by Pokeno Auto Centre. Big thank you to Brett Parsons, driver of the 69H modified, for coming on board to support that initiative. And as we have been seeing over the last couple of weeks, Jason Kaler now slowly starting to extend that lead, boys. But look who's entered the chat, boys. Look who's entered the chat, boys. 2NZ, Brad Lane sneaking into the top 10 there. And boys, hard to fathom that. 3 weeks ago, he was on the big fat donut. He was on the big fat zero, boys, and already into the top 10 there on 21 points. After being on actual donut, he was actually doing donuts at Huntley on Saturday after a rather convincing display, and I'm sure Kins will back me up on that one. There was absolutely awesome driving there by the Mad Brad. He came from the back, wasn't it, Kins, to win the sixth race there and passed, as you would expect, team only one way he races and passing everybody on the outside. But take nothing away from Jason Kalin. He was also strong at Palmerston North. Great to see the mods there at Palmy as well. They sure do fly up around that big track. Newton Gorge there in second. Cody Harter as well. Brave Kalin also doing some marvellous things there. Aidan Crawford, Brett Parsons, as we mentioned last week as well. Very consistent, I might add, boys. Jacob Free as well. Brad Layden, as we just mentioned before. Luke Keegan flying in for the South Islanders. And Ricky Dykstra rounding out the top 10 for the Roger Bertram medalist for modifieds, brought to you by Pokeno Auto Centre. And our last segment for the evening is the Shane Penn medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence, and a rather stagnant looking points for the meantime. There wasn't too much tracks that were actually running them over the weekend, except for Huntley, and I forgot the other track actually eludes me at the moment. But Dale Robertson still, thank you there, Books. Dale Robertson actually still leading at the top there, but we did talk about it last week, boys. Todd Hemingway, your current New Zealand Championship, closing that gap up to just 10 points the margin. If we go back to the start of the season, man, you'd think it would have been a foregone conclusion, boys. Absolutely astronomical, the points charts that Dale had actually got at the start of the season. But he seems to be having a pretty rough time the last couple of weeks, especially the other weekend there at the shootout event in Wellington. But hey, still a long way to go, boys. And as we know, and as we've seen over the last couple of years now, we've seen guys that have come absolutely from nowhere to take out the points chase at the end of the day. Todd Hemingway, as I mentioned there, in second. Dion Henderson in third. Blair Ullenberg, Dan Pollock, Jordan Baldwin. Peter Rees back into the top 10 after a good showing at Palmy, as well as Shane Harwood had a strong showing at Nelson as well. Ross Horsch Aspey and Mark Costello to round out the top 10 for the Shane Penn Award for Superstock Racing Excellence. And of course, just to recap on the weekend just gone when Kins does bring up the image, the Baypark Busters, your champions of the Pollock Cranes Huntley Superstock Teams invitation there, and big congratulations to Todd and the Baypark boys for taking that one out. There was absolutely brutal racing, as I'm sure Kins, you'll back me up on that one. Just absolute carnage. No doubt everyone would have been seeing the photos and the many videos from the action over the weekend as well. But boys, it'd be hard to fathom with a crowd that size for only 3 teams, boys. 3 teams. Just imagine if all the other teams had shown up. It's not the 3 for the 3 teams who did show up. It's not their fault that the other teams didn't show up. But hey, we still crowned a champion, and big congratulations to the Baypark boys for taking that one out. The Auckland boys were good as well, and also Stratford were pretty sharp as well. So, Kins, I'm sure you could probably agree with me in saying that the other support classes were strong across that event as well. I can assure you they're probably actually challenging the Superstock teams racing on the night to see who had the better show. But yeah, man, take nothing away. I think full credit to Red and Fiona at the Huntley Club there for putting on an absolutely awesome event. It was great to be back at my home club. As I mentioned last week, I bleed black, yellow and red, boys. Huntley will always be my home club. It was great to see everybody again. And it's great to see the event be so successful despite only the 3 teams being there. But that's about the wrap up for me for another week, team. Big thank you for having me on the show again. But race fans, wherever you're heading to catch your Speedway fix this weekend, team, I trust you go and enjoy yourselves. Likewise, to those who are slinging the dirt this weekend, I trust you go out there, race hard, but also have fun. That is the aim of the game, boys. But that's me for another week. We'll catch you again soon.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for the update, bro. And always good to catch up and share a Coke with you afterwards in the club rooms. And you're right. You're 100% right. The whole event was just outstanding. So big ups going out to the Huntley Club. We'll catch up next Wednesday, my bro.
All right, boys. Take care. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks,
Okay,
Ammz.
bye-bye. He was right though, Books. It was an outstanding show. The three teams put on a hell of a show in the teens race, not taking anything away too from the stock car team, the Raiders, and also the select team. I do know there's a little Raiders team heading down to your way, down to Napier. They got an event coming up as well. But even the other class, Brad put on a stellar show in his modified. It was just a good evening of racing. Bloody awesome. And the TQs again, ripped it up as always.
Yeah, it's always good. Yeah, and it's good to see a good crowd there too for it. You know, for all the people saying, "Oh, there's only three," blah blah blah. I'm glad that they went and saw it and saw the show and supported the club, because all the clubs around New Zealand need that support from us, the spectators and the fans. You know, so awesome to see, man. Just another great night at Huntley Speedway.
Yeah, definitely. Talking of that, and the winners are going to bring them in there, Luke and Todd, who are just chilling out
Yeah,
there.
Luke looked like he was falling asleep then, and he had to quickly wake up. Oh, shit, I'm on.
Had to wake him up. Hey, boys, firstly, as Sam said, he was there and I was there, obviously. Congratulations, you two and the rest of the team, your management, the coach, and also the supporters and partners and crews that make up the success of the night. Hey, Todd, bloody good night.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Yeah, no, it was awesome result for us. It was good to carry on, I guess, a little bit of momentum from Palmy last year, making the final. So, to start off the season with a win is always a good start.
Yeah. What about for you, Luke? Getting out there, mixing it up. Obviously, the first race didn't go quite to plan, but you soon made up for that and met them again in the final.
Yeah, no, it was ended up being quite a good night, didn't it? No, we went out there, had a bit of fun, and threw some bumpers around.
What was the plan, Todd? Obviously yourself and Stefan set up the first race. I'm guessing when I looked at it from where I was behind the commentator microphone, I was thinking, oh, yeah, that's pretty clever. Nice, clean car. He's been on form. Should we just leave and see if we can make it to the final?
We sort of obviously straight away wanted to give Luke a run. It was his first, I guess you could say, proper decent shot at teams racing. He had a go at Auckland a couple of years back, but didn't have too much luck go his way. But no, so we wanted to really bleed him and give him the best shot straight off the bat. And I think he definitely proved that night that he's more than capable of achieving good results in teams races. So that was the plan. And I think me and Stefan probably, like you say, I think we're a little bit disappointed with our result from that first race, but full credit to Auckland, man. They showed up. They showed up for every single race, if I'm honest with you. It was good to give Luke and Dylan and obviously Dan Pollock a run too. It's been a while since Dan's been in the Busters colours. We just thought, give those boys the first hit out and then bring me and Stefan in for the second one and throw everything at that Stratford race and hopefully get enough points for the final. And luckily we did win that Stratty race, because I'd say it was pretty tight on points coming after that.
Yeah, it was definitely points when I was doing the calculations and I was making the announcement at the microphone. It was 170 to Stratford and then 175 for Busters, and it all got clarified. 160, 185. That's how close I was. Doesn't mean much. But Luke, for you, mate, to have a go and get into it, don't talk about Auckland, but talk about Huntley, obviously, and would have been just awesome being in amongst the team and being out there on the track.
Yeah, 100%. It was good to get out there and do it. Like Todd said, I've had a bit of bad luck when it's come to teams weekend. Last year in Huntley, obviously, we managed to get out there and did 2 laps and the motor went, but so I'm glad that didn't happen. And we got put in for all 3, so that was good experience, and I'm amped now.
Ready to go again, mate.
Got the itch. Yeah.
How do you guys think that racing that weekend sets you up for the rest of the season as a team? Like having that early hit out also gives you what I feel is it makes your sort of teams ready. Your body gets those hits and gets that sort of makes your body ready for teams racing. Do you think that helps you coming into February?
Yeah, I think it definitely does. Especially just trying a few team tactics. Like we've obviously got a few new faces in the team with Dan this year, and it was good just to sort of allocate some roles to each other and see who was more comfortable doing what. And yes, so those three teams that actually went to Huntly, it's definitely give you an advantage before Palmy because you've already had a run on some team tactics and whatnot. And also, I'm pretty sure a few guys would have found some weak points in their cars and that they can get that sorted before Palmy. And even just the teams racing, like some decision making. I think it was really important for Luke to do that meeting, because obviously come Palmy teams, it's the big show. There's a lot of pressure on everyone, and to get that experience and also that confidence under his belt, and not just Luke, but also myself and Elias, it's good for all of us to get a win because naturally you've got a little bit of, I guess you call it like confidence on your side going into Palmy teams. You sort of go in there not only with confidence, but you've also got a bit of an expectation now. Which I believe is good because it sort of puts more pressure on you to perform and make sure your car's 110%. But I think with the Busters this year is we're such a young group and we're so tight on and off the track as a team. We're just 6 guys who are best friends on and off the track, and we get on really well and we all trust each other. So that plays a big part in it too. Like we went to Rotorua opening night and treated that whole night as a little bit of a team's event for us, just to test our core as a team. And a few of the boys put their hand up to get on the pole line and get the other 3 of us on the podium. So it was cool to see. We got a bit of a taste for it that night and all walked away from that with smiles on our faces. And it just goes to show that going towards Huntly teams, I think we also had that in the back of the minds, that we knew we could, if we all did our jobs right and stuck to the plan, we could make it happen.
Yeah, definitely. And you could just follow what Todd was saying there, right, Luke? When you got someone talking like that and how you bond on and off the track, you're young, you're hungry for it, in your words, you're itching for it, mate. You just want more teams, and that pretty well off the track develops in the results that you've got over on Huntly. It's just as important off the track as it is on the track.
Yeah, 100%. Even in individual racing, you get the boys together working in their own colours, and then we'll get to suit up in the orange and go nuts out and go and do it, and it's a great opportunity. But let's roll on, Palmy.
You guys must also be feeling quite confident going into national titles as well, because the Superstock class is quite strong this year at Baypark, isn't it? I mean, the support, if you travel as a club in the big meetings, like you say, at Rotorua's opening, you all start together. It must give you both a bit of confidence going into those individual titles as well, knowing that you've got all those mount cars there to help you.
Yeah, absolutely, Box. We've got a pretty strong field at Baypark this year, 20 odd cars or something like that, so hopefully come those big meetings and come the finals, we can get a few more mount cars into that top 26 and try and put on a show come heat 3, and work together. Obviously I had a bit of luck go my way at New Zealand, just with the 2 other clubs, I guess, crashing into each other, and I just managed to avoid most of it. But I think moving forward, no doubt I can't see why we're not going to have 4 or 5, even 6 cars of our own mount boys, in those top 26s this year. So hopefully we can have a bit of strength come heat 3 and try and get one of our boys across the line.
Nice. He's right, Luke. He can tell already the confidence, and it's Booker's favourite thing, mate. It's track code.
Yep.
Your track code's got to look after each other. He's alluded to it. If there's good amount of M's that qualify, because that's the biggest thing at the NZ chats, just to qualify, because the calibre of drivers and machinery, it's right up there now. Once upon a time, you could throw a blanket over a group of drivers, but now it's lady luck on the side. And like Todd said, if you can get through without being caught up in a pile-up or get a flat tire, get sunning, just to qualify is a tough thing, but you can do it with your track code.
100%. You can do it with your track code, but yeah, like you said, the caliber of cars and drivers that are coming out these days is next to nothing, and you can't really put a name on who's going to get it, you know. But we'll be pushing for it. So
That's the one. Yeah, I know you used to look after each other in your normal colour cars as well. I know that I've seen it multiple bloody times, and I actually saw a photo.
What about him and Mark Dickey at Baypark's opening night?
I know. I saw that. I've seen that. Bloody two of them. But man, I seen a bloody young photo of you, Todd, back in the days. Jeez. Hey.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's a few of those popping up at the moment.
Yeah, there's a few of them back in the young days. Hey, boys, better let you go, but thanks for popping in on a Wednesday night. Again, congratulations from your sponsors, your supporters, your families, the crews, and everyone that makes the Busters achieve what they do. And bring on the next one. I don't think you're going to Palmy in a few weeks, from what I understand, but the big show's always in February, eh?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
Cheers,
cheers, guys. Looking
Thanks,
forward to it.
team.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Guys.
Cheers.
Oh, that's awesome. So they're sounding very confident, Kins, and I think, like I say, I saw the numbers they've got racing at Baypark this year, and I think they're the big events, the title matches, the GP, the North Islands, the New Zealands, they're going to be very strong in those Bay colours, mate. I think we've seen that for years. The clubs that are doing really well and strong seem to excel when it comes to championship title time. You know. We've seen it with Gizzy. We've seen it with Palmy back in the day. How dominant were Palmy in the years where they had so many cars that were top, you know? And there's no slouches coming out of Bay Park, mate, that's for sure.
No, definitely. The numbers are growing. Looking already, if you jump on the Baypark Facebook page, you can see also the allocation to some of these championship meetings. There's a New Zealand Superstock GP from memory alongside with the New Zealand Sprint Car Race. There's also the New Zealand Superstocks that's got a date to it as well. They've got a fair bit going on at their track, and like the boys said, the numbers are increasing. And even to see some of the former Superstock drivers jumping into the Super Saloons, and I remember them being competitive at the New Zealand Super Saloon Champs last season. So, it was a real bloody big night. Hey, Marcus, Tid, how are you, mate? Talking of Marcus, some of the team out of Waharoa Speedway, coming up on Sunday, the 7th of December. It's the New Zealand Stock Car Champs, but it is the CTRA New Zealand Stock Car Champs. Did I say that right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it right. Stock Car Champs. So make sure you jump on their little Facebook page, register yourself in there, and come out to Little Waharoa, and who knows, you might walk away with the title as the New Zealand Stock Car Champs, CTRA. Aaron Ferguson, how are you, mate? Steve McDonald, he jumped in to watch the Busters. Wayne Alton, evening to you, mate. I know you're up at the Auckland track. There's a bit of practice, but also here there's a little bit of drizzle. Kylie, thank you, Kylie, for the help on Saturday night, giving us all the updates on the damage to all the cars during the teams racing. Cody, always good to have you. Dave Thomas, Jackie Miller, Laws, good day, Laws from Oz and Melbourne Town, plenty of sunshine. Big cheer going out to Rob Miller, Madu Goodley, Tyler Ingram, good to see you racing over in Huntley. Chloe Burley, who was Hans talking about on the tow truck during our little snippets earlier on. Once again, thanks to Jace and the Pits TV. 31 degrees down in your town, according to Madu tomorrow books, 31.
Yeah, it's supposed to get right up there all week. I'm not looking forward to it. Like I said, a fat man can't handle the heat.
Alcin Tiwati, Busters all day. Ammz is back in here watching. Jamie Knight, Rick and Ralph, and Hot Rod Todd. It must be their nicknames. Who else we got here? Darren, how you going there? Darren, Brian Letwood, Richard and Trudy. The Stratford GP. Yeah, that's coming up soon, eh? We'll have to catch up with Kim and some of the team there. Who else we got here? Baypark 27th Superstock GP and 2028 as a New Zealand Superstock Champs. Right, we'll just wait for our boys.
I just saw Craig walking back, so we'll bring him in a sec as soon as he sits down. And there he is. So let's get him in here. Hey,
he's comfortable.
How are you?
Hey team, how are we?
Good, mate.
Yeah, we're good, mate. More to the question, how are you after you've had a pretty bloody good start to your season?
Yeah, pretty good. We're trying to stay consistent this year instead of going off course and trying too many things, but we're thereabouts, which is good.
definitely. But obviously for the inaugural event down in Christchurch, you were never going to miss that out, mate. You've had a C on the car and everything. You've had an H, you've had an A. You just about every bloody letter around the place, but you couldn't turn that one down.
Nah, Christchurch is always home.
Yeah.
And, I grew up there as a kid watching dad race, obviously. So it was cool to be down there and be part of the club and the event that they put on for us and support our class down there, which has probably struggled a little bit in the later years. So it was a huge turnout of quality cars, which is great for the club and for our grade as well.
Oh yeah, the quality and the numbers. I mean, I was watching the post from Woodford Glen at the time as it was building into it, as the updated drivers list kept coming in. I was like, man, I want to go to this. This would be awesome to go and watch. But I was lucky enough I got to watch it on the stream, and the racing was out the gate. Like it was good racing. The track held out not too bad. It went slick, but I mean that's to be expected, isn't it, with that amount of traffic on it?
Yeah, the track's pretty consistent there, it goes slick, but there's it was multi-lanes really, what I found. We did some outside passing and some inside passing and even later in the feature races both nights, the top was in for a good half of the race, and then the middle would come in and the bottom would come in, and you could sort of switch it up and where your car sort of felt better, and if you got a bit tight, you'd just go a little bit higher or a little bit lower, whatever. So it was good.
Yeah, it looked good. I was watching the highlights package that Book shared with us earlier on, and man, pretty impressive, all right. The caliber of drivers these days, that machinery, touched on it with the two Superstock boys these days, and you've got a big event coming up in February, mate. You're excited about that, no doubt?
Yeah, Meandi's cool wee track. We did a little test run down there a couple of weeks ago. We got a run out at Kiki, so the boys stood across there and had a skid, and it was good. It was pretty smooth, and it was a couple of lanes, which is always good for us. Put some passing on for the crowd, and we probably try to get down there and maybe do another show before February. It's a bit of a hike for us here, so just got to align it right with work and family and stuff. But we are looking forward to it. So it should be good.
If you come down earlier, mate, you have to come over and jump on the sim and try the saloons with the VR on the sim and see you go sim racing as well.
I'm not that good on those things.
Yeah. Hey, obviously where you are, mate, there's a bit of a practice for the new track up there. They've got a big night on Saturday, this coming Saturday. Are you going to be attending? No doubt you will be.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do opening. The boys are there practicing tonight.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And we'll go. We're actually going there tomorrow to do a couple of wee things, and then may get a run after that on the track during the day, and then wash and bolt check and go again Saturday if weather behaves itself in the rainy Auckland.
Yeah. I mean, looking at that weather map and everything like that, but you touched on it. You're going to be on the old TV1 tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the breakfast show.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool. He waited around me earlier and says, "Oh, you've got the car ready. You want to come a bit earlier and have a chin wag." So it's good for our sport, to get it across board, and everyone. I mean, I've got so many friends that are not into Speedway at all, wouldn't even be in their life, and still don't even know what a race. It's just a car.
Yeah.
I mean, and that kind of exposure, for our sport will hopefully interest more people and get more people through the gate and bring more people into the sport, including kids,
Definitely. Look, it's going to get some major coverage because the only coverage it really had was the whole debacle with Western Springs, to be honest. And prior to that, it's always something that's the other side, the bad side, they kind of get the highlight. But in your regards to tomorrow morning, it's highlighting the whole concept of a lot of work that's been done behind the scenes to a new facility. And on all accounts, the banking is mean, according to Wayne Otten, but there's been a lot of work put into it. We caught up with Wade Jennings, Lance Jennings' son, about 6 weeks ago, I'm guessing. There's a bit of history there. Dad's raced there multiple times. You've done many laps there, but it's just going to be good to see the track open in, I would say, a long time coming with a bit of TLC.
For sure. I think, the track's been partially run down for a lot of years. And, Auckland being the biggest city in New Zealand, we need a great facility like that, to align with likes of Baypark and Palmerston North. And, fortunate enough, the council jumped in and opened the wallet, which was cool. And again, amazing for our sport and spectators. And hopefully it just really boosts everything around it, basically.
Well, I hope the track's invited the mayor. All right, then you can see the...
Yeah, I believe they're coming at 9 or 9:30 tomorrow and that to meet us and have a talk to us about it and all that stuff. So it's another positive thing.
Yeah, definitely. Get him there on the race day as well. There'll be more people there at the track than he talks about at the dairy. Anyway, we'll leave it on that note, mate.
I don't know why you keep bringing that up. Yeah, Kins needs to build a bridge, Craig? He needs to get over that.
I'll set him straight.
You set him straight. Yeah, mate.
Hey, so what would you be your overall evaluation of the first annual Black Baldy, mate? What's your thoughts of the overall of it as you left for the weekend?
Again, the caliber cars there was amazing. It was like an NZ title, you got the same buzz and, you touch base on it, like these, our grade as well, there's 10, 15 guys that, or more sometimes, depending on who shows up, are there that are in the likes of winning. That's if Chris Kelly doesn't turn up. So, it's great. And it's good for the spectators as well. It's cool. So, the whole experience of it was epic. It felt like a New Zealand title. 2 nights of racing, which made it worthwhile for people travelling. The track was good. It was readable. It was what it was. The driving was pretty clean. Like a lot of people go, oh, 10 grand carnage, it's going to be a crash fest, but it really wasn't. There was a couple of heats that were a bit niggly of people spinning, but there wasn't much wrecked gear, which was nice to see, like we don't want to be wrecking gear. These machines are hundreds of thousands of dollars. So all in all, it was great, I touched base with Josh the other night. I said maybe we could just incorporate a bit of interaction with the crowds and the children and throwing out lollies and maybe a bit of inside the track interviews, maybe a band and barbecue afterwards, socialising for the drivers, because we don't really socialise so much anymore like we used to. And for the crew and stuff, because you're busy when you get to the track, the car, you're racing, you're focused, and rush. And
yeah.
So if we could do probably a bit more social, just a bit more of that sort of stuff, but everything else, awesome.
Awesome, Craig. Well, look, we'll watch you on the tally tomorrow, mate. Thanks for coming to join us, and well done on your achievement down there in Christchurch, eh?
Yeah, hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having us on, and I'll actually get the trailer now and park it down the road because I'll be over there early. So. Yeah, hopefully I get everything across that I need to and boost the sport like it deserves.
Awesome, mate. Love it. Love what you do. Cheers, Craig. Catch up with you later, eh?
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
mate.
Yes, yeah.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we'll continue on the flow and let's bring in Mark Osborne, who's sitting there chilling out. Hey, Mark.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, you were good, mate. You would have caught Craig talking about the inaugural show down there. Lived up to it, all expectations, eh?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was a grass event, actually. Thanks to Josh and Woodford Glen for putting it on. I think they're doing it for another couple of years, I think, or maybe 2 or 3. So that'll be good if we can get it to grow a little bit further. Like Craig said, maybe some activities and, I don't know, something on the infield and stuff for the crowd to see would be probably good for the event.
I suppose being the first 2, you take all those learnings and that feedback is valuable feedback for promoters and so forth. And it's just taking it from the drivers and like their camaraderie off the racetrack as well afterwards, because he's right. You're just 100 miles an hour. You're going to go 100 miles an hour on the bloody track. But once you're in the pit, it's just go, go, go.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty full on weekend. We had a few cars here, our own cars, stealth cars here at our workshop. So it was a big few days just getting some cars ready, and during the day it was busy, and then at the track it's busy. So yeah, you do just run out of juice at the end of the night. So yeah, no, it was a good event though.
How good to see yourself and your son on the Only Ammz Awards for the Super Saloon category, eh? Yourself and your boy in there. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
it is pretty cool. Yeah, it's been pretty cool battling with Ash, but I think he's probably going to kick my ass soon, but that's all right. that's all right. I'll just give him some old tyres to slow him down.
turn those bolts and nuts the wrong way somewhere, or
Yeah, he's driving smart. He's he's got a good car, good little package actually, and he's he top qualified for the Black Baldy, but just unlucky that we had to try and climb the ladder and get a better lap time. But yeah, I did feel a bit stink for him that he did top qualify and then he dropped back to third, but he hung in there though till the end, which was also pretty cool. But
he drives very patient, eh? I was watching the stream and he seems very patient. Not just waiting for those moments. Yeah.
Definitely. He's been good at that.
So the last time the New Zealanders were held at Miami, you were the winner of that one, mate. So
we were. Yeah, that's right. It was a few years ago, but quite like that little track. Looking forward to getting back up there. We'll try and get up there. I need to look at the calendar and see where we can fit it in, but we'll try and get both cars up there before the event. And just have a run. Track could be different come night, but it's good to always try and get to the track wherever the title is prior to a New Zealand title, and just familiar yourself with it again. So
well, I don't believe it'll be anything like the previous New Zealanders. The new guys doing the track at the moment, they put a little bit of a bank in there too, not much, just a slight banking.
Okay. Yep.
But it was the opening night was the best I've probably seen that track in 10 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and everybody commented about that on opening night. So it just shows they're really trying and improving here at Miami to make it a great event that it will be come 27th and 28th of February. I mean, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Once we get a couple of lanes going, I'm sure it'll be entertaining and it'll be a good event to be at.
What's it been personally like for you, Mark? One New Zealand car, you've had it a few other times as well. Is it just the same as the previous, or is this one a bit more different, or what is it? How do you feel about it, after the battle with the guy that's going to join us next at Bay Park earlier this season?
Oh, it's been cool. I think having any New Zealand title number on your car is pretty wicked. It's pretty hard to get. Last year was pretty tough. It was a pretty full, fast event. We didn't start on the front row, but we knew we had a good car to get the job done. So I think any event's good. We sort of take any event as a major event. We go out on a normal night and want to win. So it's no different to any other title. But to win it 4 times is pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, Cody Mack's in there watching. Cody Mack, the old 72A Superstock, part of the Auckland team, obviously. He says he'd give us a share to him, Mark. But is he interested in switching over another Superstock driver to a Super Saloon? Should I start that rumour off?
He needs one. I've already told him he needs one. We'll give him a drive one day, and then he'll be hooked.
Hey, Troy Adamson's watching now. You guys are bloody Warrior fans, hardcore, up the was.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Oh, Baz. Yeah.
It'll be our year next year, bro. It'll be our year.
Hope so. Yeah.
Don't laugh, Fox.
Mind you, my team didn't do any good this year, so.
Ian Burson, Super Saloon, there's Jack Burson. Yeah, Troy's in there watching. So what's the plans for the rest of the season? I suppose, like you say, you haven't really got a calendar. You're just going to see what happens and you and your boy go racing.
Yeah, I haven't really sat down and made a calendar. With my daughter running mini stocks.
Yeah, that's right.
Both me and Ashton, it's pretty full on, getting 3 cars ready. I thought it would be easier having 2 cars in the same grade, but shit, it's pretty hard. You gotta there's no resting, man. It's like, just ripping in. But we got a pretty good crew, which they've been with me for quite a few years now, and they all know what they're doing. But we had Craig Richards again helping on the weekend. He's a family friend, has been for many years, and he's always good on the tools. Just gets in and gets it done. And Tiny and Vaughan and Willie. So we've got a pretty solid team here, and they all know what needs to be done. So,
Have you a lot of people, when they start having their kids racing with them, they start to think about enjoying that more than themselves. Have you found that harder for your motivation when you're spending so much time, because you'd be so excited to watch your kids race? Have you found that a motivation problem, or have you just sort of carried on?
I'm still motivated to do what I got to do. it's actually, I actually don't mind being flat out. Keeps your mind busy and keeps you on top of your game because you're making the changes yourself, so you know what needs to be done. And I find it, I like it. Just bit of added pressure, but it doesn't bother me. But no, it's good having both kids racing as well. But won't be too long, and probably the helmet will get clean away and concentrate on these two. But,
Yeah, definitely. Good old Craig Richards, eh? He should get him back in the bloody Super Saloon, mate. The good old 74M back in the day. I'll catch up with his brother Stephen tomorrow. And hey, buddy, Mark mentioned Craig,
we talk about it all the time, but I think he's just keen to just help out. He pretty much lives at mine when he's down here. Then he's between here and Bodie's at Whiting, or he lives at Whiting also. But
awesome. All right, Mark. Well, thanks for joining us, mate. Congratulations on your achievement on Saturday. We'll catch you no doubt in Miami or somewhere around the track. But always a pleasure to catch up. And just before you go, for the fans, is there any 1NZ Super Saloon merch you got out at the moment or not?
Not yet, but we are talking about it. So
okay, all right.
we will get some stuff done. So let's get Andrew AWS on the case and see what he can whip up for us. So,
Gee, he's been with you a long time now too, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, I was probably one of his first customers when he was forever.
Awesome. Right, Mark. I'll let you go, mate. Enjoy your day and evening, and we'll catch up soon, eh?
Awesome. Cheers, boys. Take it easy.
Thanks, mate. See ya. There you go. We just had a bit of trouble with Mark's microphone at the end there. I think that's just the internet playing up. But it's interesting. Being flat out, having the son in the same class, doing it as well. It just must make it hard trying to control 3 race cars at once at a race meeting.
Oh, definitely. You got to compete with your son. And oh God, I've got that T-shirt he's wearing there. I've got that in my bloody room. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
It was quite okay to hear Craig reference you at the end. I think he just popped into the stream when he made mention of Chris is going to be there. Oh, well, we'll see where we end up, mate.
It's not always like that, mate.
No, I know. Hey, again, congratulations on winning the inaugural event, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's probably the ultimate sort of result over the weekend with both nights. So, it's never easy going out of town and going to those boys' home track. And like I think the previous guys have said, it was kind of championship quality field. So it was pretty good, and it got pretty serious. Probably just at that shootout, I felt like it just raised the bar a little bit. When I think everyone started thinking a little bit more, and it was like, oh, there's 10 grand on the line here now. So you got to that final, and the best of the best were kind of filling up the front of the grid there. And it was really good battles all around, and the racing surface was awesome. So Woodford Glen did an amazing job with that, especially over the 2 nights. And and all of the competitors there, it was a pretty cool deal.
What were your thoughts on that sort of shootout, that format, how they did it? I thought it was quite a neat way to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, it is quite neat actually, and it gives look at Mark's first night, for instance. He had a terrible first night, but he was still able to crawl his way back into 10th and then be in that shootout. Then he ended up on the front rows. So I think it's neat. It's something different, and it adds a little bit of a spectacle to the weekend as well. So they'd done it a couple of years ago for our Grand Prix when we were down there, and quite enjoyed it then. And it's a neat feeling. It's kind of, when you're the last one out on the track, you're just sitting there trying to gauge what everyone else is doing to see if you know what the fastest way around the track is or not. And then when you're out there, it's you got the whole track to yourself. It's quite neat. So you just balls to the wall and try and get it done, and you just hope like hell you did a good lap.
There's a few of you on the track at once as well. So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very cool, actually. A cool way to do it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think it's quite neat. So whoever's come up with it is it's quite very well done.
So I'll just explain it to those that didn't know or watched it. So you had there was four cars on the track, eh? Yeah. So you had four cars on the track, all separated, not at each other, but spaced around the track. And then they had 2 laps to do the fastest lap.
Yep.
And then the slowest 2 went off and the fastest 2 stayed on. Then 2 more came on, and then they did the same thing again. So it was a lot different to where you have them side by side, kids, where the old style is 2 cars, and then the winner stays on, the loser goes off. They had 4 cars on, and it was all about lap times. So you were trying to do the best lap time, which I felt the first 2 cars on there that went through had a little bit of an advantage, would you think, as well, Chris, because their tyres were warm.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, they've done laps around there too to someone else who's been sitting on the infield, so they've kind of got a little bit of a feel of what the track's doing. And 2 of those guys were Mark and Craig.
And they ended up right at the top,
the better ones, right?
And then you came on and smoked them.
I wouldn't say smoked them, but
no, I didn't smoke, but it was close. There was nothing in it. The times though, was there? Like it was,
tight.
It was tight, and it was but very, 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 very cool format, Kins.
Yeah, well, I guess like Chris said, it's a spectacle for the fans as well. When they see all that, and it's what they want to see. So it could be something that future could be incorporated, but at the moment, Woodford Glen's got it pretty well sorted down there for their event. What's the rest of the season looking like for you, mate? Are you going to make the travel up to the whole new deal up in Auckland?
No, I'm actually going to take the weekend off. I've done a fair amount of racing and just trying to balance things a little bit. Much like Mark, really haven't got a calendar this year, to be honest with you. But brother Steve, he's actually going to get his car out this weekend and race up in Auckland. So kind of let the boys get the car ready for him. And I think my one arrived back yesterday, and so I still got to clean it, get it all ready. But yeah, we'll take this weekend off, and then the following weekend they'll do the South Pacific Champs at home. So that looks like a 20+ field, which is going to be grouse on Baypark because it's it's normally a good track for our cars.
Always a big place. It's always good South Pacific Champs. Geez, I don't even want to start. I remember when your dad was here doing it at the old Baypark back in the days. Have you talked about getting him in the car behind the wheel yet?
Oh no, I think he'd love to, but I think his body's just too old for it now. So it's a little bit past handling that stuff. I think he'd have to stay in the car for about a night or 2 before he gets out. So,
well, it's interesting, Like our old Fluffy down at Christchurch, he's got a step stool now that he uses to get into his car, right? Crazy.
Oh,
yeah. He won't want me telling everyone that, but he shouldn't have told me in the first place.
Carl Carpenter, congratulations, Chris. Awesome job, mate. Can't wait to see you at the New Zealand's down in Miami. 5 features from 5 features, eh? Dave Thomas always with the update. Carlo Putaranui, how are you, mate? Here, a lot of people reminiscing. Craig Richards' name's popping up in the chat quite a bit. You would have raced against Craig back in the day at Bay Park.
I don't know if I was on the scene then or not, or if I might have been in saloons and he was in supers, but he was that yellow Kevin Moore Corvette. I mean, he was synonymous around that place. I remember watching him in those early days of Bay Park, and he would just absolutely rip the high line. So, yeah, he was amazing to watch and just an absolute animal out there.
Yeah, definitely. But taking a weekend off, so that's pretty cool, and just see what happens from there onwards. And everything's all going, all good day. Otherwise, everything's just cruising. Look, dare I say it, Monday's the bloody 1st of December, and we know what happens after that. And then we've got a new year coming around the corner. It's gone quick.
Yeah, it has, extremely quick. So I swear every year goes quicker and quicker. So no, we're just cruising along, So like we've had a pretty good start to the year. So can't really complain too much, to be honest. So we'll just keep chipping away at things and pick some meetings here and there, and then probably try and get to Napier a couple more times if we can, just before Champs in February, and see what we can do and work out what the track's going to do. But we're just cruising along and having fun.
It's important to have the old family time too in the season, like taking that break this weekend, bit of family time as well.
Yeah, the youngest one turns 2 tomorrow, so they're growing up pretty quick, and need to keep that balance. So as much as they enjoy the racing, it's still good fun to go do other things with them.
Yeah. Damien Foot's in there, awesome team. Scott Honeybone, how you going? Alcyon Tawani's put a good comment here. Actually, think you could be talking to the GOAT, calling you the GOAT, mate, of Super Saloon in many years to come, eh? With what you've created and what you've won in the saloon class, but also in the Super Saloon class. But he could be onto a good thing there, actually, to be honest with you, Chris.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. Still, there's some guys out there that have, obviously left a legacy. Back in the day with the Blondies, the
Skinny
Cardwells, the TC, obviously, and then what Mark's done of recent. There's certainly some legends in this class. There's been some legendary battles through the eras as well. So I'd like to think that we're kind of amongst those guys as far as what we're doing, and especially with the battles with Mark and Craig, and even when Sammy was out there with Al, they're just kind of generational names that have been there and carrying on doing it. So it's probably one of those things we'll look back when we're done and think, yeah, right, we actually didn't do too bad. So eyes forward for now, and just got a few things on the to-do list. So hopefully we can try and tick them off in the next couple of years and see how we go.
You got no super stock drivers knocking on your door wanting a car, mate? No one making the switch or even contemplating it? They seem to be heading that way, don't they?
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. Like, I've heard of a few other guys sort of, they kind of say a few things, so they might be interested, and it'd actually be quite good to see some of these guys hopping into the class like the rest of these boys have been doing, and just lifting the profile a bit more. So especially with the events that we're getting to, what they did down in Woodford Glen and Josh Bolton and the rest of the team that sponsored that, it's great for the class, and it just promotes it even bigger and better, and hopefully just get more fans and drivers in behind it and keep ramping it up.
Definitely when you see youngsters out of mini stocks making that massive transition, young Crawford has come on the scene. He already had his name in the Only Ammz Awards earlier on, and that's it. That's what the class mini stock does for Speedway overall. Some of these kids already get craft ready, jump into whatever class, and this young kid's just grabbed the super saloon wheel, and mate, he's just going like the clappers, and that's the other part you got to look forward to in your career is where's these young little buggers coming from now? Hey,
I can remember when I first started. I looked at these guys and I was like, man, these guys are really good, and they were predominantly in their later 30s, early 40s, and I'm like, man, I'm at that stage now, so I'm transferred into that pool. So, but yeah, you're right. Like these guys, it's great what George is doing too. Straight from a mini stock into a super saloon, showing that the skill set is already there. It's just about getting a good car and getting in and do it. And he's he's a great driver, and he's learning and he's going, and he's got high expectations, and he'll get there, but just it's a learning curve as well. You gotta do some things wrong to learn what to do right. And but yeah, he's a quick learner, listens, and very skillful on the track. What he does, I've been watching videos and stuff like that, and he does drive very, very well. And then you got the likes of, look at Ashton over the weekend. He's another prodigy from the mini stocks, and just amazing what he did, what he was able to do. And that's a high caliber field, and to be top on points, that's a huge achievement for him, especially first year in the supers. I know he's got the saloon experience as well, but there's other guys, Trent, Ammaron coming through as well. So
he was going well too, wasn't he?
A lot of good young guys in the talent pool there, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for the class, really.
Yeah, just go back a little while too before you came back and jumped into your car back here in the country. You had a little stint too. We didn't ask you the last time you caught up with us over in America. Hey, living the dream, mate. Living the dream.
Yeah, it didn't really plan out this time, but that's all right. It was, because Craig went first, then Steve, and then I went over. So we were all driving the same car. Obviously, Craig had a bit of success, and actually Steve did as well. But we didn't do too bad. Just kind of, I don't know. I probably got expectations on myself and probably flunked a little bit. So, but come back here, we still learned some things, and been applying those learnings to this season, and it seems to be paying off. So it's even though it wasn't successful, it's certainly a lot of learnings from it, which is great.
Well, that's awesome. I suppose we should we'll wrap it up there, I think, and we appreciate you taking the time again to talk to us. It was just, I thought we just had him on. Did we get him on again? Yeah, he won it. We'll get him on again, If you keep winning, we have to keep getting you on, don't we? So
stop winning then, eh?
Yeah. No, I thought we needed to really, we really needed to cover that because I thought it was after watching the weekend of it, I thought it was such a great event that's something that really needed to be covered, and promoting that class again, So I love my open wheels. Me and Kins, we love our saloons and modifieds and TQs and, and we talk about the young fellas coming into saloons. It's amazing how many young people now are coming out of mini stocks into open wheel rather than the crash and bash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. Let's get more of them.
Oh, you got any model toys left, or are they selling like hotcakes?
No, they're selling like hotcakes, but we we got another big order in, so there'll be more there. So get everyone to buy up, get onto the site and get on there.
I'll get my backside out to bloody Baypark and I'll walk in their pits and buy one just like that. Just like that. Cheers, Chris. Thanks again as always, and we'll catch up soon, eh?
No worries. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chris.
Always good to catch up with all our guests on the show. Earlier on, Ammz giving you the update on the latest Only Ammz awards, thanks to Pokeno Motor Centre, Motor Group, Motor, whatever it was. And also the Baypark Busters, Todd and Luke would join us after their win. And then, of course, the three from the inaugural event down in Christchurch, Craig, Mark, and Chris. Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Another
awesome
good night. Yep, absolutely.
As David too would say, awesome with a no.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for tuning in again, and we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoyed the exclusive highlights reel from the Pits TV. We thank Jason, the Pits and the team there so much for allowing us to have that, and that'll be a regular segment as they do their streams. They're going to do a highlights package for us to show each week, which I'm excited to put out there as well, Kins, and the Only Ammz each week as well, with his Pokeno Autos Awards of Excellence each week. So those will be regular slots on our show each week for you all to see.
Awesome.
And then we'll just add the guests, and hopefully we bring you a show you enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks to Vasey Engineering and Supplies, and also Lala and the team at Technical Wellington is always there to support us. Otherwise, if you're heading up to Auckland, you're going to be in for a massive night. More fireworks, by the way, with the opening of the track. There's two different openings as well. The Stocky Boys will be up there putting on a show, and then of course in a couple of weeks the Open Wheelers will be there as well. But on all accounts, sounds like it was a pretty decent night for a bit of a practice. Don't forget to Breakfast TV TV1. Make sure you check it out 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Craig Cardwell and a few others will be up there promoting the hell out of the new track up there in Auckland. There's a bit of banking there, looking pretty flash. Take care, enjoy yourself. We'll see you in the month of December as my mate yawns.
I
We're
did.
getting old.
Oh, no, I wasn't actually yawning. I was trying to adjust my new teeth.
See you later. Bye-bye.
See you, team.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Natty.